line of all civil engineering in Boston was go fuck yourself. That's why.
Well,
No, it's because they had fucking horse paths. And then when they stopped doing horse paths, they were like, I don't know, let's fucking.
But so did
paths.
But KJ, so did New York.
I'm not talking about that right now.
No, but I mean, it's
hi
so
everyone,
did
welcome
New York.
to the game.
But Boston cruelly decided if you make one wrong turn, you will have to make 15 turns to get back to where you were.
Welcome to the Dreamlands, everyone. Apologies to everyone from the New England or New York areas.
Not from me. Nope, I stand by it.
Stands by it. Never mind.
Yeah, I didn't attack all of New England, just the one shitty city in it.
Okay, now I will say, if you think there is one shitty city in New England,
that's what you take offense to?
You are living in a fantasy world.
Sure. Okay. We can throw Connecticut in there too. Not gonna.
Connecticut is an interesting state. Because,
is it?
I mean,
it's
not,
a real divide.
But wait, you said, but that's where Alpha City is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a great state now.
Well, in a fantasy world, maybe where we change the entire personality of it, and it has a city akin to New York City in it.
Speaking of
then it's much better.
I'm gonna be burning the jungles of McCall today because today's game is all about adventure and excitement and journeying places. I believe we'll have if not some additional players showing up today. I've gotten some messages that have indicated some of the lates have apparently the line at that 7-Eleven was a little long. So
Teleportia is 5 minutes away.
So some of those lates might have turned into knots. How to make late knot. But how are you guys doing tonight?
All right. Yeah, pretty worked up over games and civil engineering just a minute ago. So.
Apparently. Well, they're important subjects. We also have an important subject, which is that we had a very... It wound up not being a hotly contested vote, but I do feel like there was... I felt more bad blood about this past week's vote. And we had some people who, we also had some people, don't usually vote showing up to put in Forget, which was interesting. Also, Pierce, we've addressed this in another game, but Pierce very interestingly chose to vote Forget several times and also Forgive a couple of times.
Yeah, so
there's been a sort of...
When I saw how just one-sided it was, I was like, oh, well, then I'll just vote to try to keep it. And then it just started to pendulum the other way for a second. It was like neck and neck. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Now we got to double down on Forgive.
Yeah.
I'm what you call an undecided voter. I'm who you try to court.
That is really true. You're just you just swing guy. Oh boy, it's the problem is, and there's no logic behind it. That's the problem.
No.
I like, all elections. I just like to vote to make it really close.
Yeah, I just wanted to always be a nail biter.
Well, goodness. But in any case, KJ's threat that I will sit out of this game until the opportunity to turn back into myself has been restored, seemed to move the most people. So that is what we'll be doing tonight. I have realized something though, guys. In my haste to go live while people were talking about Boston, and also because I lost track of time because of conversations that were happening that I was not involved in earlier, I didn't make my hot water with lemon and honey. So I'm gonna take the unusual but not unprecedented step of I'm gonna go start heating that water, and I'm going to leave it up to you guys to talk, or to awkwardly stir at the camera.
What if I just want to stare at it as opposed to stir it?
Gotta stir at the camera. That's fair. Or you
the Roger stirs at the camera.
Roger.
The Erwin Lerman Murmur. Turn the bird's word lurid, and the word of the bird the further.
You know that
would the world word demure.
I now feel like once I learned that J.R.R. Tolkien...
I should be doing this now.
Yeah, go, leave. Once I learned that J.R.R. Tolkien stands for John Randolph Rule, all I can think of is that...
For the abbreviation.
Yeah, that he is John Randolph Rule of the Rural Juror. That's all I think about now. KJ, this won't interest you because you... but Kyle, do you care about the Alien franchise at all?
As a whole?
Yeah, you like any of those movies?
I like them well enough. Well, Alien and Aliens. I didn't see 3 or any of the other ones, but they're okay.
Yeah,
I don't have strong feelings.
I'm interested to see Romulus tomorrow. The newest one. That I'm curious to see. There's some stuff though that is I read 2 things that have like made me like a little
yikes-a-reno.
Well, so one that I think is just kind of funny and interesting is that apparently anytime you see a phone in the movie, something bad is about to happen, which is like him paying homage to the Alien Isolation video game, where the phones are the save points. But also apparently there is going to be a puppet of a famous actor from the franchise that was an animatronic puppet that was driven by an actor performing the lines that were then they used generative AI to make sound like the famous actor that played that role in a previous installment. And the director has said it was a real problem. It was so much more expensive. We could have just hired an actor, and it would have saved us so much time and money. But because we've just decided now in this modern age that characters are actors, like actors are the character, and they can only ever look like that. We have to go through all this bullshit.
Good old Hollywood.
Anyway, sure. That was that. There you go. That's how I filled some dead air with human puppetry. I
want to talk about just recasting, which was normal back in the day. Remember when Aunt Viv changed in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I do remember that.
Do you remember when they didn't know if they were going to have Sarah Chalk? So depending on the week, it was either her or another actress playing the daughter on Roseanne. And they just started making jokes about it. Like when they went to Disneyland and she was like, we're going to Disneyland? She's like, yeah, aren't you happy you're here this week? Because she was like in college, but they didn't they just swapped actors constantly through those later seasons. And no one wasn't able to follow that. You know what I mean? Like people didn't suddenly go, oh, how could I know who this person is?
It breaks my immersion if Tony Stark isn't played by Robert Downey Jr., but now he's back in the MCU again. Why?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing to me right now is the easiest character in the world to have recast was Kang. And instead, they just ditched the whole plot line. And a character that has just... His whole thing is there's multiple versions of him, and that's the threat.
Yeah. Wait. They literally, on Comic-Con, I guess, just announced it because they fired,
Well, that's... Yeah. Because Jonathan Majors is no longer Kang. That's why Robert Downey Jr. is Doom now. They're going with Doom as a new thing.
Yeah, it seems odd, but
they're still going to try to keep this multiversal thing.
I have half a suspicion that they just felt it wasn't working very well.
Probably true.
So they were like, let's just use this as a thing to change to a whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just reeks of a lot of calculation, right? Like, everyone loves Robert Downey Jr. Let's bring him back. Let's bring the Russo brothers back. And let's what's another villain we haven't done yet that is a really big villain in the universe? Yeah. Oh, and we have the Fantastic Four movie coming out. Great, let's just throw all that in a pot,
I mean, pretty much.
I guess it feels like, I don't know, Star Wars Episode 8 and 9 being written as basically reactions to the previous movie that came afterwards.
Well, I mean, honestly, 7 was written as that too. It was written as a reaction to the prequels.
It was fine.
I think at this point, we'll have some other people maybe join us here, but it is 7:50, so we should probably start.
All right.
So I will talk us through last week, and I mean, it might make this as an argument for waiting because we'll have to recap this for those who weren't here. But basically, last week, Asha and Cosmo Ocelot, Asha and now Cosmodalia Locelot went on a mission alone to Bloomwick because everyone else was busy or just didn't want to go. And the idea there was to stop Maisie from potentially spreading, but this was from the word of Dracula, and they were like, we don't know what this is. Henry informed them that this place of Bloomwick was a place he couldn't really look into without kind of making his presence known. It was well defended against his divinations. So he was like, you guys are going in kind of blind. They got a little intel from Krigig, who's accent Asha understood as well as Alexis ever did. And as they went through,
Asha understood it better. She was aware it was the same language, at least.
Asha followed it because Asha did legit say, "And what's the problem with roses?" And it had been rogues, not roses. Yeah. In any case, perfect. We can.
That was one of my favorite moments, Kate, because I've never watched you just like suddenly get so focused. Like, I need to concentrate so hard.
I need to figure out what's being said.
I'm not going to interact. I'm not going to say anything. I just need to focus on the words.
Yeah, it was rough. I still got it fucking wrong.
Hello. I'm just in the process of recapping last week's game, so all is there we go. So basically, Asha and Cosmonocelot went alone to Bloomwick, where they realized they were in this strange sort of flower-themed, floral-coded world that was on the top of a massive sunflower, like miles over the ground, kind of on a huge stalk. They very quickly met the archfey of this place, Anthemania, a woman with kind of this like interesting sort of rose kind of hair, and she was very offended that they had dreamwalked into her space and they were actually kind of shunted to a holding area because she herself is a dreamwalker, hence Henry not knowing what was going on there. Not only that, she was offended that they hadn't gone through the Council of Wellness, and that they were not properly beautified. Our heroes, having brought some diseases so that Asha could put them into herself and make herself look like she was suffering, and claimed that it was Maisie worship fault, because they'd gone here to sort of prevent Maisie worship.
It was a good idea at the time.
It was, and we also did realize, we had a very fun realization multiple times in this, that one skill neither Asha nor Cosmonocelot has more than 2 dice in is Deceive. So anyway, things got off to a good start as they were really sort of trying to sell some stuff that Noah was buying. Cosmonocelot, though, actually dug very deep and I think expended most of his power to try to sell the lie that Asha was sick because of this Maisie thing, which backfired when Anthemania said, "Oh, okay, well, let's see." And then Anthemania changed Asha into a flower bear. So Asha suddenly was blooming with hyacinth, kind of turned this sort of pinkish red color. Her hood became hyacinth, oversized petals, and Asha was now a flower bear. And then Anthony was like, "Oh, great, I got rid of the disease. Perfect, it works. So, okay, yeah, it's fine. My people can worship this because I can always make them pretty flowers." Cosmonocelot, in order to be granted access to her thing, was then also turned into a dahlia. He kind of had like a lion crown of dahlia flowers out of him, so he became Cosmodahlia-Ocelot. Cosmodahlia-Ocelot? Yeah, we said it a few ways.
Cosmodahlia-Ocelot.
Cosmodahlia-Ocelot.
Yes, Cosmodahlia-Ocelot. You don't have to keep doing that, though.
In any event, the group then went there. Lo and behold, she did in fact have a very cute Maisie doll made all of flowers, with the sort of porcelain being white flowers for the face and red flowers for the hair and purple flowers for the body. And it was delivered to her by a mime. It was decided that the collective noun for mimes is a beret of mimes. And then Anthemania was happy to hear that she basically said, if Maisie is a master mage, I have the best Maisie in the multiverse. Our heroes realized that they were sort of not well in their depths. They were like, okay, this is a problem. She's already bought into it. She thinks she can handle it. Like, we probably should get out of here. She then started asking them, "How do you guys dreamwalk? This is crazy. Tell me about it." And she was especially intrigued that they haven't spent years training through lucid dreaming, although Asha was like, Asha lucid dreams sometimes. They told her about Uncle Henry. That was their best guess to kind of be that. And then Anthemania was like, "Well, please dreamwalk out. I'd like to see how you do it." And they were like, okay. So they tried to get a little bit away from her, and Asha rolled like a 6th degree success at this or something, reached into her sort of pocket and pulled a page out of the dream journal, and nothing happened. So then, go ahead, Asha.
I'm just realizing, I spent so much power to get such high rolls, and they all did fucking nothing.
That is accurate.
I went down to like 1 power.
For those just joining us, whether players or viewers, last week's game had tension. Last week's game had some energy coming from some players, and by some players, I primarily mean players whose names are KJ. Of this is not going. Everyone has abandoned me. This is a problem. To the point that when they had to go, they got to the stock. They like ripped the page out there, still didn't do anything. Once they got to the bottom of the stock and emerged from this and saw this towering sunflower in the sky, then Asha could pull the page and they were able to dream walk home. Where Henry was like, uh-oh. Zekas, Zekas wasn't here last week, but in character, I said Zekas goes, hey, why do you guys look like that? Henry talked to them and was saying, okay, Asha basically said, this is our first failure of a mission. Henry said, no, you got good intel. You know, it also was a lower priority to do this because it was a favor for Dracula, whatever, that none of you even made the deal with in the first place.
Nope.
But then Henry told them that changing Asha and Cosmodalia Lassalot back is going to be a little bit complicated. It's archfey magic, though he could wish it away. That entails a bit of like, it's kind of like Anthemania would know that they like use the gift receipt to return something. You know, there'd be sort of some kind of alert, and there'd be some sort of tension, and they'd be on her radar. So he said, more likely for archfey magic like this, there are certain sort of quests or equivalent things, whether it's through other fey magic or other just kind of like primeval magics, if you can you know, change yourself. Asha was very mad, and Zekas, Dominic, and Nova, I said, upon hearing all of this, were like watching around a corner, and they all ran away as Asha was getting mad. And Asha basically said, I will not go on another mission until the mission is to change my body back to not being a flower bear. And Henry said, noted. But then Henry said, I don't know what the voting divinations will decide. They may send you on another mission. So rather than a mission to Vulcrum to sort of see what's going on there in the warlands of Lemuria, we are instead heading on a mission to help out Asha and Cosmodalia Lassalot.
It is close enough.
And now you're caught up. So yeah, that's the sort of
Yes. In summary, it was a no good, very bad day.
Yeah. In summary. Well, so on that point, Henry will gather. Can everyone please roll for luck? Can you roll your 4d8s to see where our luck stands to begin? And then I have an additional luck roll for both.
That's right.
For Dominic and
2 matches.
And Nova to roll.
Are we back at full power?
You are all back at full power, yes.
Well, that's nice.
That time has passed, at least.
What do we roll?
You all roll 4d8.
No, I already did that. I mean, the stuff for me and Nova.
Oh, if you and Nova would give me, upon determining your luck, then give me a luck roll.
Oh, okay.
No matches.
No matches. Then you roll 3, and we'll see what your luck is for, because you only have 3 luck today. 3 dice for luck.
Tragic.
Very tragic.
I did the luck.
Okay.
2 matches in a 1 match.
Yeah. So
And I rolled
4?
no matches on that
the
resulting
actual
luck
thing.
roll afterwards.
All right.
Yes.
I would like for Dominic and Nova.
2 1s.
2 1s. Okay, so Nova, very good. Dominic.
Yes.
One unfortunate thing is that perhaps it is because they're Fae and you've already had the Fae stuff or whatever. You are extremely allergic to the pollen that is being produced by Asha and Cosmodalia Lassalot.
Oh, Asha, sorry. Is this bothering you? Is this problem? Because Asha wanted to wake up like this today. This was definitely Asha's plan.
Let me tell you. I was fixing shit last week, okay? Come on. I didn't hurt you here. Now I need to put on the mask and everything.
Sorry. You say you didn't ask for this? Oh, okay. Asha, see problem. Asha asked for wrong fucking thing once again.
Why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything.
Flower life.
I was out there fixing an emergency.
Oh yeah, no. Asha just just went outside to smell some of these fucking flowers. That's all, Asha. She wasn't trying to fix anything. She just want this exactly planned.
I'm just saying, why are you mad at me?
I did not want this, to be clear.
Asha will now
This was forced upon me.
knock something else off a shelf.
Ugh. All right.
KJ, I'm texting you a question.
Okay.
Wow.
No.
Understood. Noted. Didn't think it would be the vibe, but yeah, sure. Understood. So, I may reveal what that text was at some point.
Sure.
I'm curious if it's the guy I was gonna ask.
So the point being, Henry will sort of stumble over here.
If it was the question you were going to ask, I need new friends. Is all I can't have
fair.
all of you.
All of us immediately go to that. It was a Haldir-based question, I'll phrase it like that. The point is that at this time, Henry, who has kind of been hearing this, will sort of tentatively walk over. I am going to say Zekas is here because maybe 7-Eleven might let him out eventually. So as Henry sort of walks over and says, "Good morning, everyone. How are we? How's the vibe?"
Not doing well, it seems.
Understood. Yes, your eyes look very sort of congested.
Yeah, nothing else wrong.
This is
He's only worried about Dominic. Oh no, something is unusual. Dominic, you have allergies. Oh dear, yes.
This is third worst thing that has ever happened to me.
Oh. Well,
So,
please don't elaborate.
I would like to. Why would I elaborate? That sounds awful.
A fair point. Nova, Dominic, I'm glad to sort of have you sort of back in the fold here. I assume by now you've understood what has happened to sort of Asha and Cosmo and Ocelot. However, Asha, I do have good news for you. As I've gone through divinations, though there are sort of some rising concerns about the Nightmare Rider and other areas of interest we could go, I have found an opportunity for you all to restore that which has sort of been taken in your old form. So if you would like to undertake a mission to this place, I think now is a time that it could be done. But you're going to somewhere that is a very, very unusual destination, and one that dreamwalking to can actually be hard. But Asha, given your frustration, I've devised a means of doing it. So just let's all not worry too much about that. Yes, Cosmos Lot.
Yes, I feel like this is pertinent question I need to ask all times now. The place we are going to, will it be ruled by Dreamwalker?
This place is not ruled by a Dreamwalker, because this place, and though this can be true of many places, you are going to a world that is referred to as Condor 262. What is unique about Condor 262 is that it is the prime material plane of the universe known as the Condor universe. You've already visited this universal cluster twice, when you've gone to Halvang and you've gone to Wild Range. And there are several other worlds there. What's unique about Condor 262, however, it is the prime material plane, yet it is utterly uninhabited. Typically, there is a strong material plane full of sort of consciousness, people, stories, emotions, life, and that gives rise to not only the outer planes, places like the Fairylands or Shadow Worlds, but it gives rise to other material worlds that sort of spring forth from it. Something about this universe, it acts backwards. It is as if there is an empty planet that is dreaming these other universes into existence. So, It is not somewhere no one has gone, but you are unlikely to encounter any other sort of most life has sort of not really evolved into any sort of intelligent or sapient life. There are sort of animals and beasts and things of this. There's also a lot of plant life. I urge you to be kind of given very cautious with. No, I'm simply saying like you now understand how dangerous plants can be. So there are, I wouldn't sort of pick any I wouldn't. Bad example.
Will you need
I think
to
we should just skip to what we need to do.
Will you need to make them look like Nova and Dominic, would they also need to look like flowers like us to blend in?
No, not here. No, you don't
Cool.
need to blend in. There's nothing watching you. Even sort of the current apex predators in this place are really rather small. Evolution hasn't sort of. It is a new world it is forming, and that is why it is a place. That sort of there is this sort of Precambrian, to put it in terms that actually.
Huh?
Well, Nova, you'd sort of get that. The point is, it is a world that is.
Understood.
It is changing and early, and the possibility to alter who you are is more pronounced there. It is a destination some mages will go to sort of perform magic to try to. I don't need to get into all the technicals of it. Sometimes when you want to do something on the level of a god, you go to a place where you're relatively a god. It's a sort of metaphysical nonsense. The point is, in this place, Torrret and Cosmonocelot, you'll have the opportunity, well, speaking honestly, all of you will have the opportunity to sort of change your forms, to change your bodies, to sort of alter who you are. For Torrret and Cosmonocelot, it is not as hard for you to sort of remember what was and try to restore it. If you're trying to change yourself into something you are not, that is more difficult. And if anyone who votes on these divinations understands that this one had 2 different difficulty ratings, moderate and very difficult, that is the reason why. The point being...
Wait, there are difficulty ratings on missions. Could we know this beforehand?
It's irrelevant for you. You're going on whatever it's going to be, so it doesn't really matter.
I see. This is familiar.
Yes, that I thought that philosophy would sort of strike you as making sense. So, your mission, Torrret and Cosmonocelot, is to dreamwalk to this strange land. You'll be awaking from a sort of a communal, animalistic, or even insect dream. I don't know what it is. It will be a little more disorienting, but you will all find yourselves on this plane. You will be relatively close to an area of particular sort of change, and it is there that you will sort of attempt to alter who you are. I have sort of some
Is there a landmark we need to look for? Like some sort of pool or spring?
You should look for a place of of intense change, sort of, tectonic. Volcanic eruption would be good. That sort of earthquakes. Go towards the earthquake, that sort of vibe.
Sure.
But this is a
But what we do besides fix Asha?
that is the mission, Asha. You requested a mission to fix you. Yes.
Okay.
The only purpose of this is for you to go and sort of change your body.
Okay, good.
But only Asha, not also Cosmonocelot.
No, you don't have to change yourself back, Cosmo.
Priorities.
But I know that Asha very aggressively.
I just want... No, Asha, I do not want to push myself above you. I just want to understand parameters
Good.
of the mission.
Let me rephrase the mission parameter. Your mission is anyone who wants to change their form into anything they want to change it into is to do so. Good luck, it will be dangerous. More dangerous if you're changing to something you've never been before. Got it?
Yes, this is clear.
All right. This is some sort of guidance of sort of things you can look for when you're attempting sort of transformations in these areas. It should be sort of you should be able to sort of just impart your will on it. But who wants this sort of? I've jotted down a few notes. Who wants to carry this?
Oh, the notebook? I'll have it.
There you go, Dominic. Well, good luck. We're gonna say Zekas is going with you because you have to, Zekas. Okay, well, if we're not fighting evil, I don't see the point. But whatever.
We are righting wrongs. If that helps.
Yeah, you guys look fine to me. We should be going to Volcrum right now.
Asha kicks him in the shin.
Ow! Oh, I didn't think flowers would hurt so bad. Cool.
You know, they say every rose has its thorns.
Asha kicks him in the shin.
Ah.
All right. As this is happening, however, Nova, a little voice speaks to you and only you.
Oh no.
I don't know about this place, Nova. It sounds like there's not going to be any ghosts there.
So, should we not go? Have you been there?
Well, I haven't been there. I mean, I guess you're right. Maybe we'll find some ghosts. I hope we do, but...
I feel like we ask this every time. I know we can't hear the doll, but Nova is talking out loud to the doll, correct?
Like a
Got it.
champion.
Okay.
I ask this every time, and I know I ask it every time, and I guess maybe I'm just hoping one time I'll get a different answer. Either that we can hear the doll, or we can't hear her. I need one of those to be true.
Yeah.
I respond to Nova. You don't have to go if you don't want to. You're not the one turned into a flower.
Yes, although last time you guys abandoned us, we ended up like this, so maybe we stay as group.
Oh,
We work better when we sort of pool efforts and move in.
Now it's don't split the party. Huh, okay.
You don't get to say that. Look, I didn't want to get into this, but you were the one who split the party last time, and we ended up like this. We did the work last time.
Well, Agnes is just hoping there'll be ghosts, and I hope there's ghosts.
I am
Asha will make ghosts if you need ghosts. Asha will make happen.
You could probably become Ghost if you wish, Nova.
Hmm,
It sounds like we could become anything we like. Although I think becoming Ghost is much easier than most other forms of becoming. I think everyone sort of has option of that eventually.
It's not my time yet. The universe said so.
Yeah, you will, but I mean, that being said, love, maybe the furry little petal-maned bear thing is right. Maybe you could gain some ghostly powers.
That's a good idea.
Like what Frankie's got as ghost woman. We're so jealous of her, aren't we?
I'm not jealous of Frankie.
But you're jealous. Are you jealous of her ghost woman powers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we get going to fix this ASAP?
Henry says, "Yes, please. Yes, thank you all. Good luck to everyone. Just remember, you're on a dangerous, uninhabited world. You do have the ripcord of sort of pulling that back. One last thing. I strongly doubt you will encounter another sort of, sapient, intelligent entity capable of speech. If you do, just know they're someone, because anyone who gets there it's not easy. So they're someone doing something. So just
Sure.
if you wind up encountering anyone, tread somewhat lightly. That's all I'm saying."
Okay, noted.
All right. Kill them so they're not a threat.
Then with
Got it.
that, I like when he says tread lightly. Kill them. Got it. All right, friends, then. You may dreamwalk as often, and we will hand wave the sort of trip as we often do, but this time, last time Asha and Cosmin Ocelot did have a different experience exiting the dream, because it was it's like you hit a wall and got you got it, to put it in Star Wars terms, there was one of those interdictor Star Destroyers. Interdictor, she liked it finally, she heard it. One of those Star Destroyers that pulls you out of hyperspace. Yeah, it's one of those. Interdictor, I hardly know her. Okay, so
What a
point,
damn it.
word.
the point is, as you guys are going through, you all begin to feel a strange, like confusion washing over you, like a heaviness. I need all of my dear friends here to roll endurance.
Man, my stats are so much worse than Tongart's.
It looks
Where
like
is? Oh, there it is.
so. It
Oh
looks
my-
like everyone has
fucking
3
God.
except for Asha, who has 2. So that's sad.
Aww.
If Zekas were here, he would only have 2 though. So that's good.
I'm spending.
You're gonna dig with some power here to just give yourself a little extra, sure, to kind of not.
No
Two times.
matches.
No matches.
No matches.
No matches.
2, 3, 4, so I'm gonna reroll.
2, 3, 4 to reroll. Asha, did you have a match?
2 1s.
2 1s. Okay.
2, 4, 5, so I'll take what's coming my way.
Understood. Okay, so Asha, you are actually, this makes perfect sense, because even though this also happened to Cosmo Ocelot, I will actually roll for in absentia though.
Zekas.
For Zekas. Zekas doesn't match it. He only has 2 dice. So you guys go through, and as you are moving through this, the world around you becomes so the terrain of the Dreamlands is becoming wild and confusing, and it's giving you a headache. And Asha, as you just keep trudging on because you're like, gotta get body back. The rest of them, however, all sort of like pass out.
Oh no.
However, Asha, as you turn back, you realize that you have all made it. But Asha, you are now alone with your four friends asleep. I assume Nova has Agnes, like, held up against like that. But like, they are all asleep, and you guys are on a very, like, just sheer, rocky, kind of desolate plain, though there is a large, kind of jungle-like forest rising up ahead of you. Asha, you have been on many planets, so you understand there can be different sort of planets. This definitely feels like you are, like, on a, you've been marooned on some kind of, like, lifeless, scary world. There are also in the distance large clouds roiling over with, massive lightning strikes. The air is breathable, but it is definitely thick. It probably has like a higher concentration of certain, it's not an ideal planet. You're not going to get sick on it, but it's kind of thick with like methanes and just kind of, other things.
Asha will kind of like gently, but not too gently, try and slap them awake.
Who do you slap first?
Dominic.
Okay. I knew that was
coming. Dominic, give me another endurance roll.
You think allergy's bad now?
Just rub your flower fist right in his nose.
No matches.
He like it's like he's alive. He's like, but he's still under.
Okay. I guess then Nova.
Okay. Give me another endurance roll. Oh, this is perfect. We don't have to tell him what's going on. We can just jump him right in. Yeah. Nova, how'd you do?
I got nothing.
Nothing. Nova also doesn't wake up. Would you like to try to wake up Zekas? Zekas, the last thing you know is a meeting was held. I actually spoke in your voice a couple of times.
Yeah, Asha kicked me in the shin.
Asha kicked you in the shin. Oh yeah. I at the end of last episode, I thought I was channeling Kevin/Zekas pretty well. The end of last episode, when Asha and Cosmonaut come back very upset, like bedraggled, having been turned into plant people. Zekas, who declined to go on the mission earlier, goes, "Hey, what's wrong with you two? Hey, you two look weird." Yeah. So Zekas, could you make you roll 2 dice? This is an endurance roll for you. Roll 2 d8s, and then later you can do your you can after that get your luck going.
Okay. An 8 and a 3.
An 8 and a 3. Sadly, Zekas also doesn't stir. You can also kick him in the shins once more on the ground if you want to. Finally, okay. you go to Cosmo.
How dare you?
You're sleeping. You don't know.
If you'd like to, he just has a dream of Asha just like. Asha, go ahead and try to wake up Cosmonaut unless you're giving up.
No, she'll try. Yeah.
All right, another endurance roll. Second degree success in heroes.
Then yes. Oh, also heroes. You and Asha the same thing. Cosmonaut, however, stirs.
Finally.
Oh no, it was not dream. This is what we are.
Yeah, pal.
Okay, well, since you've woken me up first, I will help you wake up the others.
Yep, that's what Asha did.
Very good. So if you try to sort of wake them, you get the sense they're waking up, but it does take you all a few minutes. In this interim time, I would like for our two flowered furry friends to give me look rolls just as you survey, kind of see if you can see anything of note.
2 4s.
2 4s. Nothing. Cosmonaut, the air is thick and hazy, and you are sort of like, you're busy, like,
It doubles. 2 4 8 just doubles every
time. You're busy, kind of like pawing at Dominic's face, like it's not going on. But
I believe it would be pedaling not
at
pawing.
it. That's true. Oh, he still has paws. He didn't have it as worse as
Son of a.
All he has is a flower mane.
Yeah, I look like I'm in some like elementary school production.
Oh,
Yeah, that's correct.
okay.
Asha,
Yep.
in the distance, you do notice something of the type that Henry was talking about. You can see sort of billowing smoke and what looks like the occasional, like, bloom of hot fire and flame. You think there may be some volcano not too far from here.
Okay. Is there what? So I know you said we're like in a desolate whatever, but like, what plant? Like, is there like bamboo? By any like something I can roll?
Oh, sure. Do a luck roll if you're trying to get some plants. There is a sort of jungle-like thing not too far from you as well, but there's kind of like beyond that.
I'm looking to make like a bunch of things that roll, so I can put them on top of it
and push them.
Yes.
Do a luck roll. We'll see if there's any growth nearby that could maybe facilitate such a thing.
2 1s.
2 1s. Yes, you could actually. There's kind of some like weird weeds that you're like, I don't know, maybe I could put these under them and just slide them on them or something. So if you want to start, if you'd like to start, kind of harvesting some of that, you could roll a work manual labor.
Yeah. All right.
We're going Minecraft now.
Yeah, basically a crafting game.
The forest.
Yeah, so Asha, you managed to get a bunch of these sort of weeds, and they're like, there's, they're not exactly what you have, but you have tools actually, so you're set up to do this, but it's like, you're kind of like, oh, gross, and there's like a weird like sappy substance in them, you're like, whatever, but it's, you gather a good bit of them just in time for Dominic, Nova, and Zekas to awaken.
Oh,
Welcome.
we made it.
Hi.
Asha, why do my shins hurt?
Who knows? So weird.
Do you have history of shin splints?
No.
Asha heard that. Yeah.
I
Do
imagine.
you
Fatal.
think I believe Mrs. Goddess may have insoles that you can use to fix that problem.
I don't think it's my footwear, but
Oh, you never know till you try. It's weird.
Asha is holding like a massive, Asha has a massive stack of like weeds and sort of plant and woodsy plants by her.
hi, joining your people.
Asha will throw it all on the ground.
Damn, Zekas. It's your problem.
Inappropriate.
Yeah. I get a little cranky when I wake up from my naps.
Oh, sorry. That worst thing ever.
It is. Thank you, Asha.
For some reason, this Hearts Eternal guy reminds me a lot of DJ3. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's like some days he really is like it. It's weird.
He really feels like a trust fund kid.
Earlier, you said that there was a storm, like thunder.
Yes, there's
Is that over the volcano as well?
Ooh,
or is that
let's
somewhere
say
else?
it's. I'm actually gonna do. Oh wait.
Oh, there is volcano.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I missed that
How did
when
I
I was
miss
looking
that?
around.
Asha points the volcano at. However, I'm gonna do the storm. Okay, here's what we're gonna say. I'm gonna roll my favorite. I'm gonna say that the storm will go kind of one on each side of whatever I roll here. The volcano, for ease, let's say the volcano is like due north of your position. The jungled area is kind of like northwest. So like the volcano's partially behind it. You can sort of see the smoke and fire beyond that. The storms that you see, so if I roll north, northeast, or northwest, it will be over the volcano. I roll southeast. The storms
Opposite direction.
opposite direction.
Okay, so
Is that good or bad, Asha? I can't tell. Based on your
I don't know. He said to like
go
if there's
towards
an
the
earthquake,
highest
go towards the
energy.
earthquake. So I was gonna look for. I was hoping that it was all centered around one thing, because then it'd be very obvious.
I'll tell you what, if any of you would like to analyze this terrain, if any of you would like to look at this and like do an analysis of what you see here, and if any of you have like you have desert terrain. Oh, actually, no. Zekas, you do have nature, so you could add your nature to this. If anyone wants to pitch a knowledge, they'd have it. If anyone wants to do an analyze to like really like think about like, you know what Henry said. He said go to the place of the most sort of
General sciences.
You have general sciences? Oh my god, that's convenient. Yeah, throw that on.
Powerful.
That general sciences, Jesus.
Turns out reading a book is very powerful.
Yeah. So yeah, anyone who'd like to do an analyze.
That's a liberal arts degree if I've ever heard one.
And
Doing
Nova, you're just good at those. Yeah.
I was looking. I was like,
what about our navigate track?
Navigate track will be how you get there. This is more about deciding where to go. Yeah, this is the group that
detect
this
vibe.
detect.
can you investigate?
Actually, I would allow investigate. Yeah, you could do investigate instead. As your sort
Got 2 3s.
2 3s.
I got 2 1s.
2 3s, 2 1s.
I get the highest.
Yeah.
Two 7s.
2 7s. Okay, great. Oh, comedy. Let's go with that one now. Yes, the sort of biggest transformative area is certainly the volcano. You suspect kind of Asha and Zekas and Nova would all agree on that. The storm is not a bad option though, and the storm is probably going to be easier to get to. The volcano will be a good trek, and you might have to go through.
And we have to climb up the volcano.
You have to climb up some stuff, and you'd also have to like go through some jungle area as well.
Yes,
But like,
volcano.
odds
makes
are
sense.
the volcano is.
Volcano makes sense. I have read histories that volcanoes are places where things can be made or unmade.
I see.
What?
I've heard of those histories too.
If the thing about the volcano is, unless this is a group that has like multiple means of having really good success at tracking and navigating, which this is not a group where anyone has that as a skill, it's going to be very hard for you guys to like get to the volcano in a timely way. Unfortunately, no one here has like scouting ability or just general ranging stuff where across this desolate thing you could kind of easily get there. Oh wait, at least 3 of you do. Oh, actually, even Dominic has an extra dice at that.
Yeah, because that's my driving. Now, why don't we dream walk with a car? That'd be make things so convenient.
You did dream
It's
walk
true.
back
We
with the
had
car
one.
that time.
It's true. We take a lot
With
of
a truck,
vehicles.
I thought.
We take a lot of vehicles back with us, but we never bring any with us. This is like
We should dream drive instead of dream walk.
well, next time we bring this up next time.
Should we
I'll
do
Bring
the
this up to our
volcano?
manager.
Volcano.
It was for volcano as well.
All right. Well, then anyone who would like to throw in a navigate track roll. While that's happening, however, Nova, a little lamb wants to say something to you. The lamb says, Nova, do you think there's any ghosts here? Something here is strange. What do you feel?
I haven't seen anything, but something's weird here.
Give me a detect vibe. And no, just a detect vibe. I think those would not quite apply to it. No, you can add 1 for horror fiction because survival fiction is a genre, like survival horror is a genre. So you can roll 6 dice.
Whoa, party.
Party City.
Pair of 5s.
Pair of
navigate.
fives. How's our other navigation going?
Oh, 2 6s.
Does the nature bonus count for this?
It
Or no?
would actually count for this, yes.
All right, so 3 3s and 2 2s.
Okay. Cosmo Ocelot?
Well, does
So
general
I-
sciences count?
Probably not.
Damn.
Interesting. I have 2 pair. I don't like though. I will say I don't like that they are horror and noir. But I will choose that noir, given that smoke is one of the things with noir. That's what
That
I'll
is
lead
true.
with.
Noir's good. Okay, so we have actually what we have here is 5 total successes across the 4 of you. And are they say your numbers again just to see? Do you have
3
5?
3s.
You have 3s, 6s,
Pair of
2.
5s.
You have
I have 2s as well.
okay.
So, and I have 2s and 5s. So I
2s
line
and
up with Zekas and Dominic.
So basically, there's okay, gotcha. So wait, you scored both 2 and 5.
Yeah.
Oh no, then there's 6 total across the four of you. So that's good. So while you guys are like really being like, okay, well clearly we're just gonna skirt this thing, and
We just pull out a map, a compass.
yeah,
We start
you're,
drawing
you
a
start
path.
mapping a map. While you guys are doing that, Nova, what's the vibe you're getting?
I have 2 8s.
2
It's the
8s.
narrative.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's the best you could get actually for this. That's literally the best you could get.
Yeah.
Nova. You feel something here that is akin to what you always can feel, your own sensitivity. But it's unlike any ghostly presence you've ever actually connected to. There is no sort of deceased intelligent spirit here. There is no sort of existing kind of consciousness that retained itself into the afterlife as they often do. But there is a lot of death and a lot of life that has passed beyond some veil in some strange kind of ancient primeval life cycle. Almost like the beginning of what would eventually be like an afterlife, but it's just right now just kind of you can feel the sort of passage of those things gone all around you in a way that's like almost more vibrant than it is in the normal world, where those energies are focused more into, you know, like, oh, this friend or this friend. Here it's kind of all around you in a way that is almost overwhelming.
Okay.
What
Agnes.
what do you think this place is?
Well, it kind of feels haunted,
Yes.
but I don't know by what. Or like an entity.
I don't want Maisie to have this place.
I'm gonna say Asha was she kept one of the sticks and she was like mapping things out in the dirt.
Okay.
And she heard that and she just kind of stopped and turned and looked at Nova.
As Nova just goes, I don't know, maybe an entity?
Yeah.
Well, like, we just don't tell Maisie that this place exists.
Yes. I wouldn't want her getting her little porcelain hands on it.
I mean, of course we don't talk to Maisie. It's not like we have any of our any of us have our own speed dial, right?
Let me check.
I run into her a lot.
Agnes might.
No.
Felicia Nova literally talks to Maisie like every day in the park.
She's like kind of my best friend.
I'm just like, what? Oh,
No, but like not like you, Agnes.
okay, good. I wouldn't want that because she is my sworn enemy, even though well, yeah.
Well, okay, then this is sort of sorry, I am sort of short-circuiting here. Nova, does that mean you know what Maisie's plan is? Could you just tell us what to do? Do we not need Henry anymore?
Well, we need him to walk,
It's
but
only
Oh
when we
yeah, I
run
mean, but we tell Henry where we go from now on.
No, it's only when we run into her that I talk to her.
It also.
So it's you have
Always
water
nice.
cooler conversation.
Oh my god, I do love that as the sort of balance of this group has shifted. It's like Nova's the only person who has any understanding of the nuance between character and like entity as like actual being. And just like the idea of Nova trying to explain it's just character, Maisie, like how far over Cosmo Ocelot's head that'll go is really
But
delightful.
yes, I am just character Cosmonocelot.
You're,
We could
but
just-
you're
Yeah, Philip, this is what you've done to yourself.
You're not
Words
character.
mean nothing
Yes,
anymore.
you're a version of Cosmo Ocelot, but you're not a character. You're not a summoned character of Cosmo Ocelot.
Should we destroy that, Maisie, like we did the other one?
Yes, they should. You should tell them to. That's a great idea. This is like literally the only time I wish they can hear me. And I hate Zekas because he's gross and reincarnated, but it's the only good thing he's ever said. And I know you're not going to tell him what I'm saying right now, Nova, and that's fine, because I'm a good best friend who actually supports you and respects your decisions.
That's so true, bestie.
Yeah, bestie. That I like.
Oh,
That
so
bestie.
you agree that we
So-
should? Oh, I did not know
So I'm
you were
your
so close to
bestie?
Zekas.
I didn't know you were so close to Zekas. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so we
I should
then
think
it is
it
decided
important-
we destroy Maisie when we get back after we no longer
Alright.
flowers.
Anyway,
I was talking to Agnes, and Agnes actually likes your idea, Zekas, and
I should think it important that you both know you both clearly not bestie when she talking. Just it very very obvious neither of you bestie.
Well, I don't think I am bestie.
I mean, I didn't think I was until now.
I mean, the only person here who's my like number one bestie is Agnes, and then it's
Oh.
Asha.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
What about your peer Callie back home?
Like, Callie's my
Callie.
roommate. That's like different.
She's also not here, Zekas.
Well, she's in the park, right? She didn't.
Probably having a panic attack over what color socks to wear.
Unless
She only
went
brought
home.
15 pairs. How could she possibly have
Oh,
packed enough?
anyway. Can we talk while we walk?
So you just going to go to a volcano and see if we can burn ourselves into something new?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do that.
Asha is keeping a stick the whole time.
Yeah, no, you can certainly bring a thing. So as you guys begin to make your way across this after conversations of besties, got some weird stuff of Agnes bringing some stuff up, but boy, there are a lot of, oh man, what a great group. Henry is an interesting guy to send these 5 people to this like primeval
Do you know
world.
what? This will mean only thing on you is like I am realizing that Henry is not like that. Henry is this is slow horses. This is Slough House.
Yeah, that's that feels about right. I also think that though there's one other thing, just like because it literally isn't history, so it's fine. But like every butterfly you guys step on right now will dramatically alter the course of the future on this planet.
And they better get the fuck out the way.
Yeah, like you step on a butterfly, it'll be a dinosaur planet later. Step on another butterfly.
Oh,
it'll be
Jurassic Park.
I'll
So make this Jurassic Park and then come back.
as you all travel, I need one person to make. You may choose amongst you who it shall be, but I do need one luck roll from one of you.
DJ3.
You're not here.
DJ3 would be the
We
person.
phone friend for luck roll, please.
I do have 4.
You have 4 today. You
I
can
also
let him
have
do
4.
it. Sometimes he's good, or maybe he'll shank it so bad, which would be great.
No, him and Pierce have a history of like bad rolls when it's important.
All right, I'll show you.
I
also have a history of bad rolls when it's not important.
That's true.
We got this.
You're gonna get 4 die. None of them are matches, and not even a straight.
That's
One,
all
7, 8
odds.
so far.
What was that?
I rolled 3, and I have a 1, a 7, and an 8. So there's
Okay, so
one
the
more.
straight's already gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Then the last roll is
3.
2, 4, 5, 6.
3.
Yep.
All right.
1, 3, 7, 8.
Oh my god, it's a
God, wait.
It's
You
almost
want
as
to know
if-
something weird? I was just like, I'll roll as a joke. I rolled 1, 3, 7, 8.
Wait,
They have-
that's matches. That's
They
4
have
matches.
against them.
There we
4
go.
matches.
That counts.
So, as you all travel across this desolate space, you had many kind of, between this conference of like, I like the idea that like, Zekas is like a professional scout, but you're all the orienteering club basically. But you guys are like, yeah, we'll do this. So you're kind of in agreement, feeling confident, you go. And when you are further than halfway to the volcano, as you're walking over this just incredibly like just rough and untrod rock below you, you do get a sensation that you are the only beings who have ever walked here before. To those of you who that would sort of be a significant, thing to observe, it can be. For many of you, you're like, who cares? But the point is, you are in a unique position in which no one has ever been here. No one has ever seen this vista. No one has ever witnessed this place.
I would like to just be kind of like jotting notes. I mean, like just recording things.
Sure. Do a. You could do a. That's either investigate, research, or compose, create based on if it's verbal or lyrical.
I guess it's
whatever.
Investigate, research.
Sure. If you're
With
just
my
taking field notes kind of thing, yeah.
Would space travel fall into this? Because I feel like that's the exploration aspect of.
Yes, but I think in
Cosmonaut.
space travel, it's really going to be more about like quasars and pulsars and
Fair enough.
asteroid and belts.
246.
You're making notes fine, but you're not like capturing that. It's this thing. Any little sketch you're doing is like it's like you hope you remember what it really looked like later.
Yeah.
You're not kind of But as you all continue to travel,
Wait, question,
yes.
but it's out of character because Asha doesn't know this. Earlier you said that Nova and Agnes were saying that it felt like there was like a lot of death and there was also a lot of life. But then how can we be the first if there was a lot of both?
It's an interesting question. I more will phrase it as like no explorer has been here. No creature with language. No,
Okay.
And in this spot, whatever. Who knows how far ghost senses go on a planet like this. But the point is, as you're walking across this desolate, broken landscape, the air kind of unpleasant. No one's eyes are quite like stinging, but probably a little more watery eyes, coughing up some junk here and there. The ground begins to shake violently, something that none of us here in California have ever experienced.
Never.
And as it shakes very sort of intensely, I think I'd like you all to roll. I think probably a dodge is the closest thing to just trying to kind of get yourself to a safe spot.
Okay.
2 5s.
2 5s.
2 and 5.
Hey. Okay.
2 7s.
2 7s.
2 4s.
2 4s.
I rolled a straight and then 3, 4, 5, 7.
Perfect. So, as the ground begins to shake, sort of like Asha, Dominic, and Nova, they manage to kind of like jump sort of forward and manage, like the ground sort of shifts and actually a crevasse forms under your very feet. Asha, Dominic, and Nova manage to sort of get across it. They're on sort of now like very treacherous looking tilted ground, and rocks and things are falling past, but they manage to get up. Cosmonaut and Zekas, however, are on sort of the other side of this, and they sort of tumble down into a bit of a space. Could you both give me resist harm rolls?
Arm.
Can
Man,
I-
I must be in.
Can I transform as I fall?
Sure. That might... You can't, but this might be really bad for Cosmonaut. Depending on who's on top.
Oh no.
Second degree success in heroes.
Great. Zekas?
3 1s.
3 1s. Okay, now, Cosmonaut, give me a luck roll.
Three, 4, 5, 7.
Okay. So, Cosmonaut, you take 1 point of damage from the fall down. You like avoid you use your claws and scrape it a bit, so it's not too bad. But you still thud pretty down, maybe 20 feet sort of below as you've sort of fallen onto a new thing, and the ground is still sort of shaking around you. But then what is rougher is the sight of like Zekas transforming into a Cyclops and like landing rather safely, but directly where you are. Can you give me another dodge, Cosmonaut?
Okay. Another 2 and another 5.
Okay. Zekas, could you let's see, you're a big guy.
Try to.
For you.
Can I try to grab him?
So I think that because you did this in order to prevent harm to yourself, you've kind of already done everything you're doing. You're not really aware of his placement, and you are falling on him. But I will have you roll. Could you roll 1d8 for me?
A 1.
A 1. Okay, great. I'm not even gonna have you roll a thing. You take 1 damage. There you go.
Okay.
You manage to dodge, and you're not great. And you get hit, but it is uneven ground, and so there. So basically, Asha, Dominic, and Nova, you hear some like falling noises, but then the shaking stops.
How far down are we now?
You're about 20 feet down.
20 foot.
So honestly,
How big
Zekas,
is your
you're like,
Cyclops form?
you can stand on the ledge you're on and put your hands up top. You're very tall.
Can I put Cosmin Ocelot up there?
You actually can. You can set him up there, no problem. Sure.
You okay?
More or less.
Asha,
Yes.
fine.
Great.
This
All
place
right.
is so weird.
Zekas, give me your hand. And don't pull me into there.
Zekas, why don't you do a claw roll? Because Dominic, that would be, or a climb roll rather, because you'll pull Dominic to his death for sure.
What, you don't think I'm buff enough to lift a whole Cyclops that's
3
twice my
fives.
size?
You
okay.
instead, he just kind of, and actually, like, it's 3-5. It's probably a situation of the rest of you are like scrambling away because he's climbing and like massive chunks of earth are like going behind him, but he's going faster than that, and you do all eventually emerge beyond this sort of quake, where there is now a sort of like a hole, and it's even, and you look as like the fault line continues, and you see some of the trees in the jungle there like falling.
Is the volcano active?
Oh yeah, the volcano's like, it's like there's
I see the billowing smoke.
billowing smoke, and you can see like hints of magma in the distance. Yeah.
But I will say, earthquake makes me think we are in correct direction. Yes, we are moving towards source of chaos.
I think that's
How far
Well,
are we
it's-
from this now?
you're getting pretty close to the volcano. You're more than halfway.
Okay.
I think we won't. I'm not even gonna have, because we started so late. It's fine. It's just it's just kind of like some real optical fades right now as we cross to sort of
Star wipes? Are we doing star wipes?
No, not star wipes. Older school optical fade, where it's like the other kind. But as you guys carry on, it's a long slog, but you do make it sort of to like the foot of this volcano. At this point, the fumes coming out of it are sort of even more noxious, even more intense. But you definitely do feel a sort of Genesis energy here. You feel, creation. You feel a world forming. You have that sense, and whatever sort of weird metaphysical ability this place might have, whatever power it holds, you do think this is a place where, you're not exactly sure how you're supposed to transform yourselves back in this kind of, crucible of a world in formation, but it seems like the spot for it.
Huh.
What are we supposed to do when we get here?
Well, based on what,
Think real hard.
wish it or think about it real hard, will it into existence. As those gurus say, you manifest your true self, I guess.
And we all do that for Asha and Cosmin Ocelot?
I guess actually,
Actually-
Zekas, you weren't here for the mission briefing. Basically, you've
Well,
gone
he
to this
was,
world where things are like, kind of, it's a world in flux where maybe you can sort of change yourself. You can attempt to change yourself back to something, which is not as hard to do. That's what Ash and Cosmin Ocelot presumably are going to do. Watch them then just be like, actually, we're good like this. Or you can attempt to change yourself into something new. You can attempt to further alter your form, but that is probably more difficult. But it's entirely plausible thing. As you get here, Dominic, you do have that book that Henry gave you. Of
Okay.
like advice of things to look out for.
All right.
So,
Okay.
why don't you do a investigate?
read roll?
Investigate research roll on that.
Oh shoot.
Unless
I'm
that's
that
not.
fast.
Unless that's. Oh, none of your things in this are good. So
No, I'm not that kind of detective.
he's got it upside down.
Well, let's see if I understand these words.
Sure.
I understand one word in this whole
Mhm.
page of stuff.
Advice. Yeah, exactly. Dreamlands.
I look through everyone on here. Which one of us can actually read Henry's notes?
I mean, the answer is Nova.
All right, Nova
has a 5 in investigate research, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, go ahead and do an investigate research on this book, Nova.
More dice. to
Yay!
roll.
So many dice.
2 5s.
2 5s. Ooh. Smoke is in the air, so that is helpful. But the moral ambiguity part of it, actually, betrayal, that'll come in. Okay. So, Nova, as you look over the book, and if you're sharing this with everyone, you can sort of describe that Henry is telling you to go to areas of great sort of seismic, tectonic, just world change, and look for things that seem a little too spectacular. Look for bursts. He describes if you're at a volcano, look for bursts of magma that have almost a strange sparkle to them. If you're kind of going to where the ground is shaking, look for a fissure that almost glows. If you're going into the depths of a jungle, look for trees that feel too vibrant. To put it in Mario terms, it's look for the occasionally you'll walk past something and it's got a little thing on it. Or just video game terms. It's look for the thing that is slightly glowing. The thing you think you can actually press A next to. That's the vibe.
Got it. So, I'll share with them. I'll just mention that I guess you have to look for something glowy. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
So is it a look roll?
Anyone who would like to make a look roll may now do so. To
Let's
see
have a
what
look.
to see what your elf eyes see. Except Zekas, if you're in a Cyclops form.
No, I went back.
You shouldn't. Oh, you
Yeah.
went back. Got it, okay.
The noxious fumes in one big eye is not
2
is
2s.
not a recipe for success.
2 2s.
I got 2 3s and 2 8s.
2 3s, 2 8s.
I don't see anything.
Second degree in sci-fi.
Sci-fi, 2 4s. Which are you going to go with, Zekas, 3s or 8s?
8.
Cool. All right, Nova, did you do a look?
Yeah, I got 2 1s.
2 1s, great. Okay. So
Everyone
Dominic,
sees something except
you
for
can't
me.
see something, but the rest of them looking around notice a couple of spots where they do actually see some like a little flow of magma that does seem brighter than other, or seems to almost sparkle for a moment. They see spots kind of halfway up the volcano, ooh, that's weird. Asha, you see a different one than they see. Zekas, Nova, and Cosmonocelot, they're all kind of okay, I see a thing. But you see one that's a little lower down the side of the mountain here. It's kind of almost it's like there's a rivulet of sort of magma coming down, but it kind of curves, and there's this weird shadowy space next to it that's glowing.
Do I not see the one they see, or do I see both?
If they point it out to you, you can see that, but you see this other one here, this lower one that's kind of
Is it easier to get to?
It is. Yes, it would be easier to get to. It is further down. It's closer to a kind of a stream of magma coming down, but it's kind of a little more cavey space.
Does it feel more bad and ominous? Because you mentioned the shadowy stuff.
Make a detective vibe roll.
They're on power on that. 2 3s.
2 3s. Yeah. Seems a little edgier energy, a little more.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
spooky.
the other. I'm gonna go with the farther one.
You can.
The one they saw.
Do you point it out to people?
Yeah, I get.
Okay.
They're also that one, but that one had bad juju, so I should not go.
Agnes will immediately say to you, Nova, no. If we are gonna try anything, Nova, that's the one we should go to.
Okay.
Question: When Agnes is talking to Nova, does Nova have a different face, like she's a listening face? Is it clear that Nova is listening to Agnes when she is?
I usually bring her up to my ear. Yeah.
Okay. Then Ash will go. I already know. Nova, I should think that good for you, probably. What you and Sheepdoll doing? I bet. I bet that right up your alley.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Yeah, that tracks.
But we should not go to this one, Masha. Is that what
Probably
you're
not.
saying?
All right. Well, someone has to chaperone the lady, so I'll make sure she doesn't fall into the lava.
You're gonna go with Nova.
I'm not gonna go in. I'm just gonna make sure
you're
she
just
doesn't
gonna
fall
go
into
to
the
edge of
magma.
it. Cool. All right, so Dominic will go over there with her.
I mean, Agnes will protect me.
That's
Yep.
true. Although, and actually, I'm perfectly fine with Dominic, Nova, but it might be good if we need a wee little sacrifice for whatever we're about to do. It might be good to have him on hand.
She's like half my size. What you gonna do?
A wee little
Just
sacrifice.
we need just a teensy little sacrifice to whatever chthonic entities are here. It might be, sort of a good thing. So do I take it then that Asha, Zekas, and Cosmin Ocelot are going to climb up? Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
keep
I'm
him
not
safe,
going.
Zekas.
Not going in, but
Okay. So just to clarify, Dominic and Zekas are not going to attempt any shenanigans.
I already
No,
have
guys.
2 forms.
You've already got 2
we're
forms.
fine.
You don't.
You got 2 farms. You don't need a third one,
Yeah.
You don't need a guy with no eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or all eyes.
Or 3.
Just a beholder.
3 eyes.
Just adjust eyes.
Just a single eye, head eye. All right.
Homunculus.
Great. So I'm gonna do this in ascending order of like weirdness and craziness. So even though Nova and Dominic will get where they're going more quickly, we're gonna go first to Asha and Cosmin Ocelot. And as you sort of see this kind of these little like sparkly areas of magma as it courses down, all 3 of you upon approaching it do have a sense of like kind of it's an exhilarating feeling of like creation, of change, of sort of rapid alteration. You can all sense that here. No detect vibe roll required. Asha, Nova was reading through that book and you understand it kind of is just maybe a willing yourself sort of thing. You do think you probably need to get kind of pretty close to that magma. You don't want to
Okay.
burn yourself. You're going to try to get
Sure.
close to it.
No, Asha, go.
Okay. It's just like,
No
cool,
hesitation whatsoever.
No problem. I'm here. Okay. There are a few different ways that you can attempt to sort of alter who you are, and I'm also fully willing to entertain. You may make your pitch of what it is you use to do so, if you'd like. Provided you think it can actually make sense. Certainly, like if you simply want to shake your body as hard as you can and just you could kind of do a physical sort of thing. I would say that things more in the intellect and will. I guess will, though, there might be some things. Intellect. Actually, no. I'm not even going to put any parameters on it. If you can make a case for why changing your form in a place like this would be done with that talent, I will entertain it. But this is a thing where I'm going to solicit your sort of ideas rather than say make an endurance roll, largely because you'll all die if it's just endurance.
So what's the actual mechanism of doing the change? Do they make a wish into a place of font of power and it happens?
Kind of. It's kind of a connecting with this power and trying to, whether it's
Just
a
flows
physical
into them, I
memory,
guess.
mind of a sort of memory. Yeah, go ahead.
Asha feel like the obvious answer is Asha twerk.
The problem is that in order to have Asha do some cool things at other times, I have established that Asha can twerk to crazy effect.
But
So yes, I think you should do the twerk of the Fire Plum Fairy here.
Thank you. Yes.
I have a question, Asha, about twerking in this form. Will you shake your petals off?
I think that's what's gonna
That's
happen.
the plan. Yes. Are you not paying attention?
But not in a positive way, is what I'm asking. Like, are you just gonna shed your skin right now?
Probably not. That would be too easy.
Go ahead, Asha. Make your twerk roll. Your
Twerk like you've never twerked before.
Asha, why do you
3-1.
bother having other skills? You can just twerk to do anything.
You have a 3rd degree success.
3 1s, yeah.
Cool.
In heroes.
All right.
Only heroes can twerk the way.
Only
Asha
heroes
does.
twerk.
That's her
Asha-
superpower.
Asha twerks with justice and teamwork, and
Encourage and kindness.
And Asha, as you're twerking, the flowers do begin to all the flowers on you bloom tremendously, and then sort of in sort of a like always leading from the butt sort of way, they do blossom off of you, and these hibiscus flowers begin to spin up into the air. Some are incinerated in the flame. Others cross through that more sparkly magma, and they sort of seem to get caught in an updraft. And Asha, as you twerk your little Ewok self to exhaustion, you are free of flowers, but as you look out...
Fuck you mean butt?
Your butt.
No, I don't. It's a single T butt. As you do this, but then you look back and you see that on the plain below this volcano, there are flowers blooming. Flowers like the ones that were on you.
Asha flowers? Oh no.
Make a look roll, actually. Make a look
Are
roll.
the flowers working too?
Two ones. Wow, I'm getting a lot of ones
dancing
tonight.
flower, little robot toy things. Just
They are not. The flowers do actually. Okay, yes, sure, fine, whatever. The flowers do sway in the breeze in a way that is reminiscent of twerking, but also the shape of the petals is kind of bear-like. It looks kind of like Ewok head. There's kind of
the way that you were doing that and talking about twerking does not connote bears. I'll just say right now.
Basically, the flowers have kind of the petals sort of do this, and there's two little bear ears on top of the flowers, two little petals that go up. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Cosmonocelot?
Okay. So here's my request.
Uh-huh.
So we're near a rivulet of magma, you say?
We are. I really hope this is all a prelude to him saying I want to fight the magma.
It is not.
That's
I
his
would
highest
like
stat,
to
so yeah.
walk across it. But like how people walk across coal, I want to use a keep control idea to be singularly focused of moving across it.
Understood. Go ahead and give it a shot.
Mechanically, Philip, I want to see how far I can push this.
Okay.
I would like to sort of absorb this additional sort of life that was implanted on me.
Okay.
So that I maybe come out the other side of this more vital than when I went in.
So
more vitality.
You want to not change to what you were. You want to change to something new.
Well, I
What's
want
an
to still
upgrade?
be cosmonaut, but basically, Philip, I would like to raise my vitality 1 point at the other side of this. Is what I'm asking. But I wonder if I can absorb the energy that the Fae used on me to do so.
I'm glad that we went in this order because Asha was just resetting to 0. Yes, so you want to not get rid of the new power. You want to change. Okay.
Cosmonocelot 2.0.
Go ahead. You may attempt that.
1.3.
This is you're a third degree. A third degree is the minimum to change yourself back. Just so
Russians
Blizzard's
2.0.
patching. Blizzard's patching Cosmonocelot.
Go ahead, Cosmonocelot.
Okay, keep control. Here we go.
Keep control roll.
Can
I'm
we
gonna
do
go
things
ahead.
to help them? Or is it just on their own?
I think it's such an emotional kind of a connection to this stuff. Cosmonocelot's going to walk across some magma.
I'm gonna spend 4 power to add.
Okay,
to this.
yeah, that's just remember you are walking on magma, so that will
I understand.
harm you.
I'm not going crazy, but I want to add some,
gotcha, sure. Yeah.
some bonuses here.
Okay.
That is so very bad.
Oh no!
Did you even get a third degree with your 7 dice?
I did not.
Okay.
And yet
Probably got to re-roll that.
I rolled. Would you guys like to know? I rolled. I will 1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8. Okay, so you have 2 5s. I'm gonna strongly recommend you not re-roll. Actually, do whatever you want. Live your life.
Reroll. Oh, reroll's 3. I always forget reroll's 3. No, I'm gonna keep. Okay, that's
So a second degree success in Noir.
in such a good one.
Well,
Such a
I mean,
good
there's
one for this.
smoke here, but it's not good. Okay, so So Cosmoslot.
We'll need to roll up a new character soon.
This is 100% Dwight Schrute walking on coals and saying, "I will stand on them until you give me the regional manager position."
Yeah.
And just like as he's like flesh is burning. Okay, so you're keeping control. Okay. Oh, actually though, this is an instance of. Okay. Cosmonaut, give me a Cosmonaut, give me a resist harm roll.
Ooh. Okay.
So there is a bad news, good news situation. The bad news is that because you failed the roll to keep control on this hot magma, you actually won't be taking as much damage to yourself because you didn't stay on it as long.
Okay.
So you do lose 5 power.
Okay.
Because you are getting off.
Because
Because you're getting off early. So
Excuse
you're
me? Excuse me?
guys, it's fine. Getting off the magma. Getting off this sticky Okay, never mind. These running just like geysers. Never mind.
Welcome.
Okay. Stop.
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh, hi, Raiders. It wasn't what it sounded like. He's on a volcano. Well, okay. Now, point is, yes. So the good news
Hot
for you is
spurting magma.
so you are already only taking half because you got off of the magma. You walked off of it before. So even though you didn't resist that damage, you're not taking the full 10 and being a disaster situation. So that's the bad news, good news. The bad news though is that as you get off, like you're kind of like, your feet are kind of, there's some char around you, and the petals around your head like curl up almost like defensively around your head. Like it's not like choking you or anything, but it's like it almost feels like they're just like digging their little petal roots into you even more. Like, kind of a. So basically, the sort of this sadly, you shot high here, but so you have not gotten off. You've jumped off of the magma.
There we go.
You've leapt from the magma in great pain, but you're not out. You're not unconscious or anything. But it was.
Can I heal him?
You absolutely can.
I'm imagining that. Does Cosmonaut has the fishbowl thing like from astronauts?
I can, but I don't usually have it. Usually I have the suit, but not the helmet on.
But now the helmet is petals in the shape of a helmet.
Yeah.
Basically.
Can I? Such a bad idea. Can I make a second attempt? Not to, which is I have to figure out what I would like to try, but this would just be to get.
You want to do a second attempt not walking on magma?
Yeah, this would just be like
a to do that.
This would just. I'm just trying to think about I think at this point I would just try. Now that I see they've curled up, I just sort of want to try to rip them off of me. Now that they're sort of seem withered and weak, I'm just trying to figure out what that might.
It really would lifting tends to be sort of that exertive thing, which is the one you're not high at. Climb, jump. I mean, God, I you know what? Do a fight.
Fight.
Jesus Christ, why not? You'll fight your own neck.
Fight yourself.
Sure. Realistically, this should also potentially injure you. Although Zekas is on hand to heal you, which isn't really going to give you power back. It's more like if you take it, if you're going to conditions, it'll be okay.
Well. Stand by, Zekas.
That's what I'm here for. Maybe don't walk across liquid hot magma.
Second degree success in fantasy.
Second degree success in fantasy. Again, the second degree you could feel it's not sort of quite in fantasy. What's the most you've ever lost at a coin toss? If you want to, I'll let you spend 2 power and add 1 die to that after the fact. If you think you're 1 and 8, if you think you'll roll a 3, you can do it. That's up to you.
We didn't come here not to try. To 0 power we go.
I like the idea that as hard as Asha/KJ pushed this past week to like do this and like change yourself through this process, like they did that it doesn't work for Cosmo and Ocelot, and she's like, well, all right, on to the next thing.
It was a 1. So.
Yes, you unfortunately are not able to sort of quite achieve the thing. It is collectivism just doesn't apply here. Sorry.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, but you're not dead.
No.
Yeah.
It is okay.
In the meantime,
From the ashes of tragedy, we grow stronger.
indeed, as the blooming sort of the blooming flower mane.
But my feet hurt a lot. Perhaps we can leave this place.
Indeed. In the meantime, Dominic and Nova are down at this sort of more shadowy cave. Now, Dominic, as you sort of approach this kind of shadowed, rippling shadow, kind of as the magma is coming down and sort of, curving. It's this little overhanging rock, and there's kind of a shimmering shadow there. You have spent some time in Fairylands before. You've spent some time in sort of this kind of magic. I would like you to give me a, I guess detect vibe?
Sure.
Unless there's another thing you'd want to pitch for it.
That 5 works. That tracks, and it's a 4.
Great.
And what's the vibe of this place?
What is the vibe here?
4, 7, 6, 8. Nope. I have no clue. This was a little bit slightly different.
You just don't know what's going on.
I'm saving my power for actually saving Nova if she does something silly.
Sure, understood.
So.
You're gonna be here, having heard a yelping Cosmo Ocelot up there. You're like, okay, so this can go kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm detecting that vibe. That's for sure.
Yes, and then Nova, I don't know if you're present right now and can jump in here, but if not, we'll hold a moment as Dominic does this. But it seems like, barring a thing, Nova will sort of step into those shadows.
So,
I'll
if it's
ask
not
him.
detect vibe, how about a Oh no.
I have a mechanical question.
Please.
Like, I'm not going to try to do this. Even I'm not going to try to do this right
Today.
now. Yeah, not right now.
Okay.
Do it.
Can you go into the negatives on power? Like, if you're at 0 power, can you just spend to go into power to
Can
gain
you kick
conditions?
out a loan
Can
of
you
power?
spend? In other words, can you?
Can I go into debt?
It's like, can I take
Oh, no.
conditions to get power on this roll? That
Yeah.
feels like the kind of Faustian bargain I would like allow. It feels like
Oh,
the kind of thing
no.
I would do, where I would let you. Yeah, I'd let you go. I'd let you make. It's like you'll get some power to make one roll, but then you're automatically at a -2 conditions. And if you would
God
take
damn
further
it,
conditions,
stop,
you'll
please,
die.
no.
Yeah.
How many conditions till death?
If you have 3 conditions, you're dead.
If you have to ask, you have not enough.
Okay.
But
Got it.
yeah,
Okay.
I'd probably give you like 2 power per condition, honestly.
That seems like a fair deal.
If you're ever.
Do it.
You are in a situation where Zekas can't heal your conditions. That is true.
That is very true.
I'm right here,
Yeah.
ready to help.
Zekas is like, do it. Oof.
I'm here to help you,
Yeah.
Cosmo Ocelot. Oh, you're looking a little worse.
Apparently,
than
he
Whale.
wasn't here to help Asha, but he's here to help Cosmo Ocelot.
Asha didn't need help. She
It's true.
twerked that off and
She twerked. I was surprised you didn't put power
no
on that
time.
roll before you did it, in fact.
didn't need it.
I have a star on it. I knew no matter what, I was fine.
Well, I guess I hadn't said that you had to get a 3rd degree, but yeah, that's fair. So,
We're here for you, Cosmo Ocelot. We here for you.
Me or just you?
yeah.
I'm partial.
Let me see. Down here in the hole here,
Yeah.
looks like Nova is holding Agnes to her ear.
Nova's
Chat-
probably talking to Agnes a little bit at this point. Nova's gonna sort of go in and
Okay.
So I wonder,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
is there a way where I could set up this area to make it as safe as possible? for whatever stupid thing Nova is gonna probably do.
Oh, you're wanting to like, I mean, you're not gonna go in there, but like this outside, you're
Just prepare the
preparing to,
outside
like...
area, like with the harness or something like that.
I see what you're saying.
Asha pulled up some vines from the jungle before.
Yes, I think many of them were thrown on the ground in anger, so I don't think they all came, but there might be, you guys might have picked up some stuff. Make a luck roll, Dominic. Let's see what you have on.
Asha brought one stick.
Asha did bring one stick with which to whack anyone who further insulted her. Was my
no luck.
No luck. Yeah, unfortunately, you did not gather that with you here. So yeah, you don't have you kind of can't build like a harness to put on her and yank her out or whatever. But I would say, yes, Cosmonaut, go ahead.
Okay, no, I said I wasn't going to do this right now.
Do it.
Do it.
And I'm going to make a a series of weird questions. So I would like to, if possible,
Yeah.
I would like to borrow against 2 conditions.
Okay.
To get 4 power.
Sure.
That I would then add to roll 2 dice onto a luck roll to see that if I have something in my equipment that would function like pruning shears.
Okay. So just to clarify.
Yeah, I'm so,
Can you not modify luck though? You can't reroll luck.
You can add dice to luck if you ever want to.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't really reroll luck. That's true, but or I feel like I'd even let you reroll luck. I'm just gonna make it rough if you roll bad again. So you're gonna add 4. You're gonna add a total of 2. You'd have 6 dice.
I'd have 6 dice to roll for luck.
Okay. I think in this case,
two conditions.
The pruning shears coming from you, that's less of a sort of thing. It would more be the luck of like, you absolutely can, and I would be encouraged to do a luck here of a like, of just kind of like, do you
It's like, I don't mean like literally pruning shears, but just something in there that would function.
Understood.
Here's a
like,
knife.
Yeah, he's like swords. I got swords. I'm a ranger. I got every sword you want. Got them all here. Throwing dagger, arrow. Yeah. You may. It has
to be for me.
You may do this, Cosmonaut. You can dig so deep.
Okay.
To try and just like luck your way into getting these things off. Absolutely.
D6. I also mark that I have 2 conditions.
You do.
Okay. I cannot get to a 3rd degree success.
Nope.
I have a 2nd degree success in meta narrative.
Okay, because of how rough this has gone.
No, it's fine. I'm doing it to myself, though.
Meta narrative was certainly a good one. Meta narrative was one to sort of get to. So, here's how we'll rule this. Here's the order of operations, okay? You are wanting to find pruning shears in your stuff. For just by any chance that I have to bring those pruning shears I never bring with me, you sort of go into your stuff and you don't find it, and with already not wanting to be on your sort of walking paws, you like fall to your knees almost like over the magma. Zekas meanwhile is like, okay, and you're at this point you're like swooning. Zekas is like, okay, I'm probably gonna need to cast some kind of like healing spell on this cat. At this point, Cosmonaut, the magma splashes up. And it almost looks like a guillotine of magma sliding for you. But
jeez,
by some meta-narrative luck, the magma burns the flower petals around your head, as well as some of your fur. So it is at this point...
They do have a lower burn point than
There
your
you go. Yeah,
flesh.
it just kind of like slices them off in they sort of are carried down and burning up in the magma below. Cosmonocelot, you nevertheless take some burning damage from this happen. Like there is magma on you, and you're already at the thing. So Cosmonocelot begins to Zekas and Asha. If you want to help with this, you're welcome to. Cosmonocelot begins to fall face first into the magma, currently with 3 conditions.
Oh, okay. If he's falling into the magma, I will help.
Okay,
I
Asha.
thought he was just getting kind of hurt. No. He's falling in the magma. I'll help.
Yeah, and is effectively dead. So Asha, if you want to get him out of the magma, I would let you do a dodge. That tends to be sort of a quick thing. Or to try to grab him. You could dodge and try to pull him out of the magma before he falls in.
I mean, it's the same roll, but I guess I'm just curious, would it not be like manual labor?
I think manual labor is this is about fast reflexes. That's why I'm going
Got
dodge.
it.
This is about grab the man, pull him out sort of situation. Yeah.
2 2s.
2 2s. With a 2nd degree success. In horror. Ooh, horror. Maybe Cosmonocelot does get like a scar, like a bird on a face.
Like Two-Face now? Yeah.
But you manage to pull him out before he's all the way in. Zekas was already preparing some kind of restorative here. So Zekas, you're going to have to spend 3 power and make a natural magic roll.
Okay, I will add some to this.
Somewhat.
It's 2 per to add, right?
Yes, to add.
I will add
power.
2 more.
Okay.
So I have 6.
I love it.
Not a good start. 2, 3, 5. That's what we started with.
Okay.
Need a 4 and you can...
1, 1, 7.
There it
and
is.
then I'll change 1.
You'll change 1. Okay, to get it to
So
a
it's
3rd.
3 ones. Yeah.
With a 3rd degree success, yes, you do manage to Cosmonocelot. At this point, Cosmonocelot, with a 3rd degree success, I kind of had him do like a revivify. That's why I charged him 3. I will say that Cosmonocelot, you are at 0 power, but you don't have petals around your neck. But you are there. It smells of burning ocelot.
He's not dead. He's just very badly burned.
I'm still alive, only very badly burned.
It's the difference. You saved me from going full Anakin. I hate you.
Oh, Darth Cosmonos.
Darth Cosmonos.
Scoo fix him when we get back.
Scoo
It's
can
fine.
probably do
It's
that.
fine.
In the meantime, Dominic has scoped the place out, sees nothing wrong. So at this point, Nova, if you're prepared. What we have learned here, I don't know how much of what was going on you heard. You will need a pretty high degree of success to sort of change your self. But the place you're going and sort of the vibes you're putting out, I think it's kind of... Is there something specific you're trying to want, or do you just kind of want to connect with this weird sort of ghostly energy?
Yeah, like connect with it.
Okay, cool.
All right. Can I do this?
Uh-huh.
Can I remove my belt, tie it around her like a harness so that if I need to yank her out of there?
He wants to be able to pull you out in case something goes bad. Did you allow him to do that?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Then, I think for you, the thing that would make the most sense for this would be either a detect vibe, read person, or a keep control. And you are able to change one of your keep control dice after the fact. So that might be the better ones. You can guarantee at least like 1 extra match on whatever you're doing. I'm also going to allow you for this one to put in your ghost stories benefit. So that's going to get you to 7 dice. You can change one after the fact. Would you like to spend power to get extra dice on this before you do this? I'll tell you right now, you're going to need a really high degree of success. So you might want to, pump yourself up at the outset. You want to add some, or you want to just roll it as it is to start? Nova.
I mean, it's 9:30. You probably just want to use up all the power.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I'll tell you what. Why don't you spend 6? I'll even mark it down for you here. So if you can gather 10 d8s, you're gonna max this out. She does need a 5, so this is not easy by any means. So, go for it. And you can change one after you've rolled all 10. You can flip one. So if you got, like 3 or 4 of a kind or something, you can change one to that.
Okay, 3 ones.
3 ones. Have you changed? And did you change one already?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 ones. If you wanted to, you could spend 5 power to make it 4.
Sure. Why not?
Okay. To a 4th degree. All right. I'm going to roll something real quick. Actually, would you roll 4d8s and just give me a luck roll?
Okay. Two sixes.
2 6s. Okay, perfect. So, Dominic, you feel Nova go in there. And Nova's just kind of like in there, sort of communing with something. You feel a sudden jerk on the harness that you've crafted. Could you give me a roll to sort of pull her out quickly?
That would be
lift, I think.
Lift.
Yeah.
All right. Let's add 1 to there to help her out. All right, 1 dice. 3 5s.
3 5s. Yeah, you pull her out, no problem. Nova is unconscious as she emerges from this cave, and you sort of like catch hold of her. And at this time, we'll say that burned Cosmonocelot and back to normal Asha and Zekas are kind of making their way down to you guys. Nova, though, kind of blinks awake after a few moments.
I just picture Zekas holding Cosmonocelot kind of like a purse.
I'm patting Nova. You okay?
Yeah. That was crazy.
How long was she in there?
You stand here the whole time. You not know?
She's
No.
probably there. She's probably there a minute, maybe a minute or
minute.
2. Yeah.
I was
Nova.
asking the lore master, not
Yeah.
not you guys.
Yeah. I'm not asking it aloud. Nova, as you've got though your Agnes in hand, you can.
Do I see any obvious wounds on her?
You don't see any wounds at all, and you actually see no sort of change of her form or anything at this point. But Nova.
How many fingers?
2.
She fine.
What's her name?
Nova.
Last name?
Borealis.
Actually, I didn't know her last name anyway,
I didn't
so it
know.
didn't matter.
I don't ask. But she seems to be okay, but she doesn't seem to have changed at all.
Huh.
What you wish for?
Well, I just want to see ghosts. I mean, I feel like Agnes saw stuff better.
The
You
doll
hold-
went in there with
You
you.
hold Agnes up to your ear.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything.
Oh no.
But we see no change. We just see her holding up to her ear.
Honestly, you think Agnes is still doing something crazy.
Yoo-hoo.
Like, oh no.
I'm patting Agnes on the back.
don't
I
hear
don't think she
anything.
came back right, but I think she's fine.
Oh, that seemed like good job, Pat. Good job, Agnes. She do good job.
Oh, she's not saying anything. Something
Oh,
happened.
She tried to walk across magma as
That's
well.
what we've been telling you this whole time, Felicia.
Do
Nova.
I see
You're
any,
cured.
like, is there a sheep walking towards us, or a woman with large hair,
Great,
or like
great question, Asha. Give me a look roll.
I think
going to
I think
send
Nova's
her
been
out.
cured of this
No, this is like the worst case scenario.
Ooh, I'm glad I spent that power. 3 5.
3 5s.
Yeah.
So as Nova's like, no, this is terrible. Asha's looking around like, is there a sheep? Is there a thing? And then Asha looks into the shadow that Nova had gone into.
I don't like that.
I'm sorry.
No,
This
it's okay,
is-
it's okay, it's okay.
I'm gonna make this as not scary as possible because that's not what you signed up for. This was supposed to be your thing, getting your body back, not a horror show. But whatever. But you did spot this place by rolling 2s in horror, and that's why that's the only way this was gonna be able to happen. You look in there, and Nova is standing there, inside the shadow, holding Agnes up, who's talking to her, and she's nodding. And then she sees you looking, and Nova kind of listens to Agnes for another second, and then waves to you, Asha.
Sorry, but there's the Nova here?
Yeah, there's Nova here, but then there's a Nova in the cave listening to Agnes and nodding. And then she sees you seeing her, and just goes, and then Asha, she runs out of the cave, straight into Nova. And Nova, suddenly you hear Agnes again saying, "Oh, that was strange in there, wasn't it?"
Yeah, it was. I was asking you if you saw anything.
Did we see the other Nova walk into the Nova?
Only Asha.
Asha saw it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Once it got into the daylight, it's like, no, Asha couldn't even see it, but she just saw the trajectory.
Uh,
Well, should
What's
we should we take this one back?
right, yes.
Yes, I would
yes.
like to go home.
Yes.
Nova, are you okay?
No. No,
You're
she's
not okay.
All right.
She-
All right, I take the book and rip it out and realize it's the wrong book. I rip the
You
page
take
out.
the guide.
Oh,
I put the page back and get the other book and rip a page out of
Asha
that.
has the other book.
Ah, damn it.
Asha will rip the page, but she's going to kind of look into the cave to see if she sees anything. Not like she's not stepping in, but
You
she's just
look into
staring
the
at
cave, and the
I guess.
cave just seems empty. Kind of like eerie, underlit by the magma passing by it. But yeah.
Okay. So then, yeah, she'll just rip.
Cool. You guys make it back to the park, and Henry is there and says, "Oh, good, Asha, you've been returned." And Cosmonautilot, you.
It is okay. This is
Yeah.
the fourth worst thing that has ever happened to me. It is fine.
Oh,
Scoo,
all right.
scoo handle, scoo
Scoo's
good.
kind of
for
over.
this.
Yup, nub, eat chaps. You know, just like.
Oh, we
Scoo,
should have brought Philly into this place.
scoo, you
what?
should when you done with Cosmonautilot, you should check Nova.
Each time, you know.
Yes, like yeah.
I think Nova was cured, though. She
No,
stopped
no,
being
no,
moved.
no,
Fine.
that probably
Henry
not.
says, "So did no one else attempted any sort of changes or alterations?"
No, that's not true. Nova.
Nova, did you tried as well? Were you successful?
She went into a dark hole and came back, and yeah, I think she's fine. I don't see anything wrong. with her.
No. That not.
Maybe Nova should answer.
I don't know if Agnes is fine, because, like,
No.
I was, like, talking to her, and then she wasn't talking, but then she started talking again.
Oh, she's not fine.
She wasn't talking.
No. That not.
Yeah, I had to, like, shake her and pat her, and then she started talking again.
That's an enchanted door.
None of us saw what Asha saw. None
I
of us
have
saw
nothing to do
Asha
with
looking
it.
at the hole.
Nope. That's not right.
Henry says, "Would it be all right if I sort of did a divination on Agnes? Is that all right?"
I have to ask Agnes.
You should do it on Nova.
Agnes will sort of. Henry kind of looks at Asha like, but Agnes will say, "Oh, he can do whatever he wants. He gave me to you, so he knows what I am. It's fine."
Okay, as long as he doesn't hurt you.
But I wouldn't have him do one on you. You're so, you deserve your privacy.
Okay.
So Henry's kind of heard Asha say that, but he'll do one on Agnes and says, "Agnes is unchanged. There is still sort of a powerful spirit tethered to it, but Agnes is." Yeah.
Asha's basically just in the background, like, because Agnes not problem. That not the thing. That not.
He sort of sees Asha kind of gesturing and says, "Nova, because you attempted it, not sure what happened. Would you be all right if I sort of did a divination on you?"
Well, I mean, Agnes said no.
Oh, Agnes said no.
That's
Okay,
probably
well,
a reason to definitely do it.
Well, what do you say, Nova?
Asha's being the one from the Twilight Zone episode. There's a gremlin on the wing.
Yeah.
Well, what does Asha say? Asha's
Asha-
my best friend.
Oh.
Asha said you should definitely just get checked by every doctor in 1 mile radius.
All right. Except what she actually says is, no.
Oh.
And Henry goes, well,
Does she? Okay, but does she say it like that, or is it with the Agnes accent?
no, it's not the Agnes accent.
Okay.
It's the no voice like, I don't think I actually do need one for now,
Oh,
but I'll tell you about
no.
it later. And then she might have a moment of like, oh, weird. I didn't realize that's what I was going to say. But at that point, we'll end tonight's session. Party City.
Well, who could have thought that walking to a boiling volcano of creation would be a bad idea?
Oh, not Asha.
That's cool. Don't worry, Nova had a change, but because she got to a 4th, not a 5th, we're changing it slightly to there's some fun coming, don't you worry. There's just other Nova. It's not even a bad guy. She's just got a ghost. She's got another Nova. It'll be fine.
Woohoo!
Well, thank you everyone. This wound up being an exciting episode. Boy, I thought Cosmonocelot was going to die in that magma, because Pierce really likes to.
I
like-
really was not trying to hurt myself this time.
Yeah, Pierce just wants to keep coming back as
Yeah.
crazy.
Pierce is
It'll be like Kenny coming back, the new
He did
character.
that.
People
Oh,
that are
he
good.
dead again.
Well, fun stuff. Well, but thank you to everyone. This was a fun session. It's great to have the whole team here. We will be we'll have some other games on the channel. I know it's gotten late, so I'm gonna rapid fire this. On Wednesday, we will have Top Flight Tales. It will actually be the last Top Flight Tales for a while. Kind of our little finale here for finale pre-hiatus thing before some other stuff comes in. So join us for that on Wednesday. On Friday, we're back with more Blood from a Stone. On Sunday, we're back for more Here Be Dragons. And then a week from tonight, we'll be back with whatever mission you guys choose next. I don't even know what the options will be. You'll find that out tomorrow. Join us for that. Going to be a lot of fun. Go to our Discord to interact, our YouTube to see old episodes, the wiki to see how all this goes together. I know Sophia's been updating that as well recently with some stuff about Henry and Arcane Abominations. Very cool. Thanks to everyone in chat. Thanks, Raiders, for joining us. Would anyone here like to plug any endeavors, Manzukis, any things, reference any movies they think tonight's game was like? Any of that stuff?
Yeah, I will very quickly, Manzukis. And I will do this very quickly because I know it's late. I'm going to just go with a volcano movie with my namesake where things go just about as well for me as it did.
We got it here.
Just Dante's Peak.
Yeah. There we go.
Which is a not good movie, but a wonderfully not good movie.
What? Fantastic.
There you go. Objection.
It is good in the way that like Madam Web is good.
Yeah, these are all the peak of cinema.
Madam Web is a harder one to talk. Okay. Well, anyway, thank you all for watching, everyone. This was great fun. We appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time. Until then, sweet dreams.